the impossible standards of the beauty industry are truly impossible. Hey my friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Marta and this is Endless Wellness.
Just so we're all on the same page here, I found this definition from a very trusted source.
Wow, she really did glow up from ugly duckling to gorgeous swan.
Before we get into it, we have to figure out why we are currently so obsessed with glowing up. And trust me, it's not your fault. Although the term glowing up came with social media, we have to recognize that it was so prevalent in society way before that. In fact, it ultimately roots in sexism that equates a woman's worth with her appearance. On top of that, we have the beauty industry that thrives on convincing people that they aren't good enough, and the only way to be happy is to change your appearance. But the unfortunate side of that is no matter how much we pay and no matter how much we try to change, it will always leave us unsatisfied with how we look. And that's how the beauty industry makes billions and billions of dollars. We have to recognize the impact of media and acknowledge that most of us have been exposed to the term glowing up indirectly since childhood. When I was younger, one of my favorite movies was Cinderella. And even such an innocent Disney movie still has messages of what we currently define as glowing up.
It showcases Cinderella going through what we know as an ugly to pretty transformation, thanks to the help of her fairy godmother. This not only completely affects her mood and confidence, but allows her to attend the ball and earn the love of the prince. In other words, this glow up implies that she wouldn't have had the chance to find love if it wasn't for her improved looks.
And that's a hard pill to swallow, it really is. But we just have to accept that glowing up isn't new, and glowing up isn't a millennial Gen Z problem. It's always been a problem, but it's just been a problem in different ways. We also have the impact of celebrities, and specifically their before and after pictures, which are literally everywhere. The before and after pictures are in black and white in the sense that this person naturally transformed into the new perfect version of themselves. Because the reality is that they probably paid thousands and thousands of dollars to change their appearance to meet society's standards. We also have to acknowledge that most of the before and after pictures emphasize the before and after picture of a surgery. If we feel that we are currently at the before stage and we want to get to the after stage, we fail to recognize that a lot of the after is due to filters and cosmetic procedures. That's not a natural shift. And if we're just waiting for that day that we finally glow up, maybe that day will never come because you aren't meant to look like this Barbie doll. These celebrities did not become like this because they grew up and magically had some sort of transition. Their change in appearance was due to the money and resources they had available to them and nothing else. The sad part of this is the before picture is usually a child and the after picture is a woman who spent a lot of money in the beauty industry. We shouldn't be worshiping these changes as the be-all and end-all of childhood. We cannot compare someone as a child to someone as an adult, as those two are very different and they aren't meant to fit societal ideals. They're children. That leads me to my next point, that we cannot make glowing up about making fun of our younger selves. And although it is tempting, as many of us have changed substantially, It's important to recognize that we were never ugly as children. We were just different. When we were children, our priority wasn't to do our makeup in the morning or to do our hair or to put on our cute outfit. Our priority was to play in the sand. It's also critical that we recognize how normal glow up challenges have become on social media. If you scroll through YouTube, you will find hundreds and hundreds of videos showcasing girls going from an ugly version to a pretty version in a matter of days or weeks.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with the before version, yet we start idolizing the after because that's what meets society's ideals.
It also sends the unhealthy message to viewers that if I currently look like the before version of this video, that I'm not worthy or that I'm not good enough.
You're seriously so beautiful.
Aside from all of the impacts that go around in society that tell us that we should look a certain way, it sometimes also comes from within, and it's something that we all have struggled with at one point or another. Something that seems so minor, like stress, can really impact the way we see ourselves and our willingness to want to change our appearance.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Before you exit out of this video, because it's starting to look a lot like the articles in school that you never read, even though you're assigned to read, bear with me for 1 second. Just so you don't think I'm making up this nonsense on the spot, recognize that the little things can lead us to feeling insecure without even noticing. Reflect on how you're feeling and acknowledge that stress can take a huge toll on how we view our appearance.
Although there's no problem with wanting to become the best version of ourselves, it's the why that makes the biggest difference. Why exactly are we wanting to change our appearance to begin with? If we're thinking that it will make us happier or make us more worthy or be liked by others, that is simply not the case.
It's important to mention that we overestimate the extent in which our appearance is noticed by others, which is known as the spotlight effect. In this particular study, participants overestimated the number of people who would be able to recall what was pictured on their ugly t-shirt. Everyone else is probably way too concerned about how they look to notice the details of how you look.
The aspects of self-care and boosting your confidence and wanting to be the very best version of ourselves isn't bad. I think it's safe to say that a lot of us feel better after they put on a nice outfit in the morning or if they like the way their hair looks.
Something as simple as a bad hair day, which again is completely subjective, can throw off our day. According to one survey, 44% of respondents said their mood had been negatively affected by a bad hair day, and 26% said they cried after a bad haircut. Realize that you're most definitely not alone for being hard on yourself in a society that prioritizes appearance so much.
There's also nothing wrong with experimenting with how we look and what makes us feel the most comfortable and beautiful in our own skin, because a lot of it does come from the inside. If you don't believe me, I want you to think of your best friend right now and think of 5 things you really like about them. I can promise that their physical appearance is not something that came above their kindness or the way they make you smile.
Bestie vibes only, bestie vibes only, vibesy bestie vibes only.
Society expects women to act a certain way and look a certain way, but once they actually have that appearance, they're shamed for fitting that ideal. You really can't please everyone, and I think where I draw the line is expecting every single person to want to desire a glow up. No matter how much we could dream of this becoming reality, permanent changes do not and will never come overnight. I think a lot of us would benefit so much more if we put the same energy into developing healthy and sustainable habits instead of chasing this new trendy level of perfection. At the end of the day, don't feel that your worth diminishes because you can't meet these impossible standards. And whether you want to believe me or not, they are in fact impossible. You're so valuable, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Don't feel that you have to change something about yourself right now to be considered beautiful. I hope that any physical changes that you want to make you feel better about yourself for you. I don't want you to desire changing your appearance to fit in or to be more liked, because you will burn out and it's not worth it. It's never ever worth it. You need to stay true to you because that's what's going to make you the happiest. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be posting every single Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Mwah! Bye!